All right. What up? What up? All right. All right. What up? What up? All right, cool. So let's go ahead and start. We have people come chiming in into the chat right now, which is fine, which is totally cool. All right. All right, cool. So we got people coming on Instagram. We got people on YouTube and Facebook coming in. People are saying like loved your info, dispelling myths. Hey, thank you, man. I truly appreciate that, Dr. Capital. What's up, Layler? People on Glitchy Chicken. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Black Queen Genius. Hey, what's up? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, while other people are chiming in, let's get started with this. So I'll see. You can see the title says what I eat to look like this. All right. So when I say look like this, it's like that. Like imagine with the shirt off. You mean it's already, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I look like this? All right. And what do I eat? So obviously, if you didn't know, I'm vegan. Okay. So I always have to say that, I always have to intro with that because a lot of people don't think you can build a lot of muscle on a plant-based diet. People feel that you have to be on some type of drugs or something like that, or maybe I built all this muscle on meat and then I was able to preserve it on a plant-based diet. Some people think that I'm taking gear, or what's the other thing I always hear all the time? I don't know, but to be but the thing is the reality is this: you can put on a lot of muscle on a plant-based diet without drugs. You can do it naturally. I'm trying to find the light here because I don't know what happened. It just magically got darker. I think there's like a cloud or something outside. But the thing is, you can put on muscle naturally. You can. I've been doing this for over 13 years. I've been doing bodybuilding for a very long time. As you can see, all the trophies in the back. There's a lot of trophies on the wall as well. If you turn the camera like that to the side, all right. And I'm a 3-time pro in 3 natural bodybuilding testing organizations. So with that said, I have tons of victory there, and then also I've won many shows in the NPC circuit. I'm still trying to get the IFBB Pro card, which is very tough. But I have won like first places in pro qualifiers, and it's something that I just haven't able to achieve yet. And I've been in the bodybuilding circuit for over 10 years. Now, for someone who's been a nutritionist for a very long time, also have a degree in exercise science and physiology, I want to let you know this. Out of all the things you do in the gym, and maybe you're working out and not seeing results, right? You're looking at people online, you see everyone that's ripped, you see everyone that's building muscle, and you might even come to that conclusion like, yo, what are they doing that I'm not doing? I'm following what everyone's saying online. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm doing all the cool workouts and trends that I see. Why they look great and I still look like shit. I still look normal. I still look the same. Maybe I've seen a little bit of difference, but not crazy like differences, right? And or maybe saw testimonials like online, maybe even on my page, like how that person was able to put on all that muscle in 1 year and I can't. Well, there's many reasons why. And one of them, the God honest truth, is because you don't have a coach. Like that's going to be number one. I want to be very honest. I'm not those guys who talk about you're not tracking and shit like that. Like I'll go into that later. But one of it is the coach. When you have a coach, they're going to keep you accountable. Yes, it costs money. Yes, it's expensive, right? But if you try to cop out with small, cheap programs and you pay very little money for it, and there's no accountability, there's no customizations, it's just like an 8-week challenge or a 12-week challenge. It's a cookie cutter program. It's one of the reasons why you're not seeing the great results. The results really comes down to the coaching, and you want customizations when it comes to the meal and a workout plan. Because just because a big influencer is doing a particular workout and he posts it online, I post workouts online as well, doesn't mean that it's going to fit for your particular goals. Okay. Like I could do a bench press, you can do the bench press. It doesn't equate to the same results. And the reason why is because let's say my chest, which in my body, my chest is like one of my best assets. I don't have to do so much chest workouts to have a big chest. Okay. On my frame, my chest is big, but maybe I have to do a lot more emphasis on legs because that's my weakest point on my body is my legs, like quads and hamstrings. So that is one of the reasons why I do legs twice a week. Sometimes I'll do 3 times a week, right? Versus you, maybe legs is your your benefits. Like you could get big legs really fast, maybe because of genetics, maybe because maybe you have previous experience doing different types of sports. Maybe you're just doing the right workouts on legs. It could be many things, but then your upper body lacks a lot of muscularity. So when it comes to customization, this plays a big part. And how you create the workout plan as well plays another role as well. Because it's one thing when someone's posting a bunch of workouts online and just saying like, this is what I do to get a big chest. Now you have to remember on those headlines, it says, this is what I do to get a big chest. That's what that individual does. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay. So you want to make sure that something is customized just for you. Okay. That's why even with ChatGPT, it's only if you're looking for free stuff. People hit me up sometimes looking for free things. I just be like, if you want something free, I'll like, I don't know, you could do, people know this, but you could go on the DMs, tag at Meta AI and be like, I just be like, hey, you want something for free? You don't want to pay for shit. At Meta AI, give this person some free shit. And it literally gives them what they want. And then they see what free goes. It's not customized. It's very general information. And that's what you see a lot online is something that is very general because coaches are not going to work for free. Simple as that. It's a little bit of a rant, but it's also a truth as well. Okay. So you have to pay to play. It's like everyone wants to get big, but no one wants to put in the work, right? Everyone wants to look like a bodybuilder, but they don't want to do the investment of what bodybuilders actually do, which is investing into a coach. Every top bodybuilder has a coach. I even have a coach. Why you don't have a coach? And I coach people too. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the benefits of coaching. That's why I have a coach. Why you don't got a coach and you're trying to get shit for free? You know what I mean? So kind of let that sink in. And if finances is a problem, find a coach that can fit your financial budget, or get a loan, or get a better job. Simple as that. All right. But that's what really comes down to play. For reals. All right. Now, another thing that plays a big role in building muscle, and that's the end of my rant, I regress, is going to be the food. All right. Food plays 80% when it comes to anyone's health or wellness goals. It plays such a big role. And one of the things that you have to do is track. You have to track. People that's telling you don't have to track, they're setting you up for failure. Why? Because of this. They don't want you to understand nutritional science. They want to make you understand it in such a simplistic way that you'll still be lost with shit, and you're never going to have sustainability. That's the reality. It's one of the reasons why I left the big box gyms, right? Because in the big box gyms, a lot of personal trainers don't like to teach their clients. They just like to tell them what to do and just be their friend. But they don't want to educate. All right. And with me, I'm like, people need to learn nutrition. Like when I went to school and became a nutritionist, the things I learned was beyond what we learned in high school, in middle school, in elementary, and what we see online. Is beyond. It goes a lot deeper. Okay. So and I feel, and this is why I created my program, I created like an academy where there's an education portal where my clients and my students can go in there and actually learn. Every time we do checking, we have weekly checking, like one-on-ones, where we go over the meal plan, we go over their progress, and I educate them. I show them, is because I want them to have sustainable results. Because I feel that each person should understand what they're literally putting in their mouth. Pause, right? Like it's serious though. Like I truly believe that. I don't think like people should be walking around not knowing how to fuel their body appropriately and don't understand nutrition. You should understand vitamins, minerals, how it works and plays a big role in your body. Should understand dietary fiber and how it plays a good role when it comes to your gut microbiome and how to get pre and probiotics naturally from foods. Even if you're on an animal-based diet, you should understand about cholesterol and how much cholesterol your body can actually consume for it to be healthy versus just saying, well, cholesterol, I see it all the time on my feed. Cholesterol is healthy. It helps with hormones and brain function. No, dumbass. A certain amount of cholesterol helps with that. If you overdo it, you're going to have high cholesterol. And having high cholesterol is not healthy. All right. As simple as that. Like you could have cholesterol to help with hormone production and brain function, but too much will lead to bad results, to heart disease, heart attacks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where it will lead to. And it's just like common sense. People don't understand that, right? People even on an animal-based diet needs to understand how much meat they should be consuming and balancing that out with plant-based foods that's high in fiber to get all the shit out of their body, literally. Okay. So this is things that people need to understand. And this is what I do a lot when it comes to teaching a lot of my students and clients. Okay. So before I even get more into this, all right, let me, because I see more people are coming into the chat. I'll go ahead and answer a few questions before we go right into the food, and then I'll show you like what I eat, how I do it. Okay. So I don't even know how to say this individual's name, but it's like K Hatney, USUF says, I have a question about plant-based collagen. How do you get yours? I'm struggling to, they're struggling to get, just to wrap it up, they're struggling to get collagen. So like when it comes to collagen, you can obviously supplement it, but if you're trying to get it through natural foods, legumes helps with your body, to produce more natural collagen. Also, soy products like tofu, soy milk helps with the production of natural collagen. So those are some foods you can actually incorporate into your diet. That's going to help with that natural production. Certain greens and also certain, I believe certain greens does as well. I could double check that real quick. Let me just double check that. Hold on. Because I know it's tofu, beans, and I believe there's some other foods as well, or maybe that's it. But I think that's it. But let me just double check. Yeah, dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, switch hearts helps with that as well. Some berries like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries helps. It actually helps reduce with collagen breakdown. You have any type of vitamin C source actually helps with collagen. All right, because without vitamin C, you can't make collagen. So and again, this is something that with vitamin C, going over that, what I do with my clients, and I'll show you this later too in this talk, but I make sure that my clients follow something called a hypernourishment protocol. So that means we want to make sure they're getting more than enough vitamins and minerals in their body, so they're able to like optimize their health and wellness goals, or just their overall health and wellness in general. So when it comes to vitamin C, we're not making sure you're getting the daily value of vitamin C, but more than enough. All right. Then you have some nuts and seeds as well, which contains like zinc, copper, some healthy fats that actually helps with collagen production as well. And I already mentioned beans and legumes. Tomatoes also helps. Carrots, sweet potatoes help with collagen support, and regenerate the skin as well because of the vitamin A, which has beta carotene in it. And also mushrooms, which contains zinc and other antioxidants, and aloe vera helps with that as well. Okay, so those are some good ideas. And if you want to do a smoothie, maybe I could even do this. I could make one. I can make a video on this actually. But a collagen smoothie could be a smoothie with some spinach, frozen mangoes, chia seeds, almond butter, plant-based protein, so you can get some lysine in there. Okay, amla powder, camu, and then coconut water. Okay, and if you did a smoothie made like with those ingredients, that would be like a super booster for collagen production. So hopefully that helps you out. Okay, let me see some other questions real fast. Let's see. Can you combine high protein vegan food with an alkaline diet? Yeah, you can. You know, when it comes to when it comes to alkaline diets, alkaline is like a diet that's stemmed more from Dr. Sebi. So it's really based on you. If you're like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and then go ahead and add protein powder, you know what I'm saying, or some type of high protein food. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I follow some of Dr. Sebi's protocols within my meal plans, but I also follow other things that I learned, because you have to remember some doctors are dead, you know what I mean? So Dr. Sebi is dead, and I know his daughter still tries to promote his legacy. But the thing is that a lot of stuff in health and fitness, especially in the health and medical field, gets outdated, and then with new research and studies, we get more information that's better, because technology gets better, health and fitness and information gets better. So this is why I don't heavily rely on just one particular source. I get sources from many different accredited doctors, like Dr. Sebi, Dr. Brooke Goldner, Dr. Neil Barnard, Dr. Michael Greger, individuals like this, to build my meal plan so it's very healthy. So, you know, if you want to add high protein food with the alkaline diet, knock yourself out. It's not going to hurt. You know what I mean? Let's see. Any other questions? What's a good plant-based powder from Demon Power? A good plant-based powder is going to be from Sun Warrior. Okay, that's the one I highly recommend, because the Sun Warrior brand has passed all heavy metal testing. All the ingredients are 100% organic. They also include branched chain amino acids into the protein, so your body is able to absorb the protein a lot better and get better results when it comes to building muscle. So that would be a great protein powder to utilize. Also, as well, you could cook with it as well. So I have recipes where I made like chocolate pancakes, which it tastes like chocolate cake. So it's a really good protein. If you're on Instagram, hopefully you can work on here. But if you comment the word SUPS, SUPPS, which I'll write here, you'll get a discount on my supplement recommendations. I'm going to write it in here now. Only thing is I can't pin it from using the program that I'm utilizing right now. Let's see. Antoine says, assume you take protein powder, you rather use blends. All right. So Antoine says, can you take protein? If you took protein powder, would you rather use blends like pea rice, etc., aromas, or fruit powders, or use one ingredient protein like almond or oat? Well, I won't be honest with you. I'll do the blends because the blends has more health benefits to it. Single ones is cheaper, but they don't taste as good, and they taste like crap. So like especially like if you're getting like an oat protein powder, you have to understand that oat protein powder or almond, like it's not going to be the best thing for protein, because if the source is coming from an almond, yeah, there's protein in it and you're isolating it, but guess what else you're going to get? A lot of fat in that. Or if you're doing an oat protein, like yeah, oats have protein in it, but you're isolating it. Once you isolate, since the source is a carb source, what do you think that's going to have more of? It's going to have more carbs. So it's like I wouldn't think I don't think those are the best protein powders unless you're, unless you're someone who's trying to, you know, um you don't need that much protein and you need more carbs in your diet, or maybe more fat because you're keto or something like that. That's where I see those protein powders play a role. But if you're trying to build muscle, just don't try to change your wheel and get so distracted by newer products. Like go to the products they've been kind of doing it for years, for millennia, right? For just get protein powder, like I don't know how else to explain. Just get a protein powder. That's protein. That's made out of real protein, and that's going to really help you out. Let's see. What's the best low calorie, high protein source? Best one is going to be tofu and seitan. Those two are the best. And if you're looking for a tofu brand, and if you live in America, it's going to be one from Wildwood. You can get that from, I believe they have it in Whole Foods, also as well in Target and Walmart. And then with the seitan, I want to say through Upton's. Upton's is a good brand. And if you're gluten free, if you're gluten and soy free, get the Abbott's. And they have some high protein sources as well, made out of pea protein. Antoine said like the protein powders that he recommended has about 50% protein, only 10% carbs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that means in the percentage. I know it by, if you explain it in gram, that would be a lot better. But if that's the case, then knock yourself out, man. Like I don't mess with those other protein powders. I just get, like I said, common sups if you want the sun water. I keep it simple, man. I don't get too complex and all these different powders, because and I'm not trying to talk down to you or anything. I know you're just asking a simple question, but the thing is, I'm very simple and simplistic. And when I find something, that's what I focus on the most. I don't focus on other powders that's out there. If I never recommend it, then don't do it. Like, because it's not, to me, it's not interesting. It's just like I said, like oat protein powder. Yes, it's oats, but like, why are you going to take it? Or almond protein powder. Like, why? I'd rather just take a regular protein powder, unless you're like allergic to pea protein or something like that. But again, I'd rather just get the blends, because majority of people want tasty smoothies. They, like, and many people I work with, I haven't found one person yet who got just a plain unflavored protein powder and just drank it. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to do it, for example. Like I used to get the brown rice protein, but you know why I don't recommend it? Because it tastes like shit. So it's like that's why I don't recommend it. Like I've been vegan for 13 years, and that was one of the worst things I thought going vegan was drinking the protein powders that they had available, which was only brown rice. Shit tastes like straight up cardboard. Once they started making like regular protein powders again, like pea protein with the flavors, I was all about that. And I never really changed ever since. All right. So let's get into it. All right. We're going to pause the questions right now. We're going to go right into like what I eat. So what I'm going to do is bring up my Fitness Pal. Okay. So, like I said before, if you're not tracking, you're slacking. Okay. And food plays about 80% when it comes to achieving your health and wellness goals. So, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now and then show you what I mean. Okay. Because this is something I tell all my clients. Like, this is the backbone of the results. This is the backbone. When I say the backbone, it's the backbone. Like, if you're not following it, you're just wasting your time and my time. All right. Because the only thing I'm going to do is just keep repeating it. I'm going to keep telling you the same fucking shit until you do it. And I tell my clients that. I'm like, until you start following the things that I'm telling you to do and start tracking your meals, like, don't ask me questions about why I'm not getting results or keep asking me the same shit. Like, so if I start following the meal plan where I get results, I'm like, well, wasn't that the sales point of the whole fucking call when I first sold you the program? Like, that's the first thing I talk about. And I spend more time on that section, the nutrition, not the fitness. I don't spend a lot in a sales call. I don't spend a lot of time on the fitness. Because the fitness is fitness. It's like if you have back pain, do corrective training. You're trying to lose body fat, functional training. If you're trying to build muscle, hypertrophy training. Simple, right? There's nothing to it. It's customized. You do it. You got it, right? Now, if it's consistency, accountability, support with the coaches, got it. But this is the part, the food, that plays the biggest role because people got a lot of bad habits. And they don't want to do something called sacrifice. And that sacrifice is making sure you're eating the proper foods to help fuel your body to provide the results. What people are trying to do these days is still be able to continue with their same habits because they don't like breaking out of certain routines. Because, like, when it comes to food, like, some people like, well, I work a lot. I don't have time to meal prep. My job's very busy. I'm very stressed. And on the weekends, I like to go out and drink with my buddies and eat out. Well, that's why you're fucking fat. All right. Like, you're not going to change until you get all these habits that got you there out of your lifestyle and start paying more attention to the foods that you're eating. You follow directions and you start tracking it and learning about the nutrition. I'm not saying you can't go out and eat with your friends, but you have to understand how the things that you're ordering and how you're eating is making you bad and fat. By not meal prepping sometimes and just being lazy and giving yourself excuses is why you're fat and unhealthy. The reason why you're not tracking and you're not eating and you're not building your meals right to hit your total caloric and macronutrient goals is the reasons why you're not getting results. It's the reasons why you're not building muscle. You don't have a ripped six pack. So if you hate how you look and you hate how you feel, then stop doing the same habits that got you there and start changing and start doing the things that you need to do to get you there. It's a lot easier. It sounds easier than what it sounds, but with my clients, I really make it as simple as possible. I print them out a meal plan and I tell them just follow it. It's all pre-measured out for you. You have your calories and your macros. You take the information. You plug it in here into you plug your macros here, and then you just follow the meal plan according to the measurements that it'll provide. And that's it. It's literally just copy and paste it right into the app. And then you just take your fork, you cook the food, and you put the shit in your mouth. And you do that every fucking day. All right. That's it. And you get very, very quick and fast results. Okay. But looking at my Fitness Pal, this is what we use. Okay. Now, when it comes down to the foods, this is what I eat. So you can see I put everything in breakfast, and it's not because I eat one meal out a day. I actually eat 3-4 meals a day. All right. The reason I put it all in breakfast because this is a little hack with my Fitness Pal. If you put everything in breakfast and you're eating almost the same meals, pretty much the same meals every day, like majority of foods I eat every day, I might switch out maybe 1 or 2 things. Then when it comes down to the next previous day, it has something called a quick add. And when you do a quick add, it's going to automatically take everything that you ate from the previous day and plug it in for the next day. So first, it takes out all the hassle of scanning everything and plugging everything in every single day. but it makes your life a lot easier. So this is why I do it all in breakfast. Okay. But when it comes to the foods I eat, this is what I'm talking about in the beginning. If you were here when I was talking about this, is that you want to make sure that you're not just eating healthy, that you're actually eating enough foods to make it healthy. Okay. So with that said, you have like mushrooms, you have bell peppers, onions, nutritional yeast, garlic, like some spinach, and then also as well, I have some elderberry gummies. So with that helps with my iron intake because I want to make sure I'm getting enough iron in my body. Now I have some supplements like Tribulus that helps with testosterone production naturally. Sorry, this is elderberry. So this just helps with more vitamin C because everyone's getting sick and stuff. So I always take elderberry as extra protection. Also, as well, you have the iron to help make sure I'm getting proper amount of iron because like my mom's anemic. So when it comes to me, my body doesn't really absorb iron very effectively. It's always in the optimal range, but usually on the lower end. So I'm taking iron supplements now to get it more because I don't like it in that low end of optimal. I want it in the middle. So that's why I'm taking that now. Also, we got the Abbott's chorizo. This is just a plant like for protein. Okay. I got right now I'm taking the Birdman Flamingo protein. So I'm taking that right now because they sent me some samples to try out. So I'm taking that right now. And it's actually pretty good. I really like it. We got the Abbott's, again, more Abbott's, but this is the fajita. So these are two different brands. So this is like the chorizo ground beef. And then this is the chicken. And the thing with Abbott's is very natural, uses only natural ingredients. And when I say natural, I mean natural, like seasonings, like chives and garlic and paprika, things like that. Not what y'all think what natural is, and could be like anything, right? We got some blended vegetables, which is like broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. We got the stir-fried cauliflower rice, the tofu, and then also some peanut butter. Okay. Overall, I ate about 2,037 calories today. Okay. I got about 127 grams of carbs, 73 grams of fat, and about 211 grams of protein. Okay. So this is how I'm able to keep track of all the foods I'm eating when it comes down to this. And if I was able to show you how it looks like on the phone, I can also show you the micronutrients as well. I don't know if I could see. Let me see if I can get the micronutrients here. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do it from here because usually I would show you, but this app doesn't connect to my phone. I don't think it'll connect to my phone. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can stop the sharing. And let's see. All right, let's see if I can connect it. Image file, share, slides, share screen. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't show you like things off my phone. But if I could, I would. Because on the phone, it shows you, maybe I could just, you won't be able to see it, but on the phone, right, it's hard to see. That's the thing. Because it's more of a mobile than desktop. But on the phone, this is what, see the bottom part? And it might look a little blurry on your side. Let me see if I turn this. You can't even see it. Let me see if I turn off the light. I think this is an important piece. Let's see. So yeah, this is the best I could show y'all. But right here says like potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron. And you could kind of see like all the bars are kind of full, right? So this is how we make sure that we're hypernourishing people's body. Now, Chronometer would be a better app, but I've tested it side by side using MyFitnessPal and Chronometer. And usually, if you're hitting majority of all these vitamins and minerals and you're hypernourishing your body, again, getting more than enough vitamins and minerals that you actually need, plus dietary fiber, on Chronometer, you're pretty much hitting a lot of vitamins and minerals that you should be getting in your diet on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that is something that we do with our clients and our students, even with myself. And this helps a lot when it comes to energy levels, when it comes to hormonal levels, how you feel, your skin, all that stuff. Okay. It plays a big role. Your immune system, your gut health, it plays a really big part. Not just the macros. Okay. I always say the macronutrients will help you get to where you need to be, but the micronutrients will work on more on the wellness side, like how you feel and look. Okay. So it's like the quality. So it's almost like if you're like a dump truck trying to become a Ferrari, that's where the macros come in. Like we can go ahead and reconstruct your body, make you into a Ferrari. But how we fuel that Ferrari, are we going to put like crap gas in it or high quality octane? This is where the micronutrients comes in. So that's why I even stated, like, even if you're consuming on an animal-based diet, right, and you want to incorporate that into your diet. And I'm vegan saying this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also a nutritionist and I tell the truth. Even if you're eating an animal-based diet, you want to make sure you're still getting enough vitamins and minerals into your diet, all right? Because that's what's going to really help with longevity and how you feel and the quality of life. Because there's people who live a long time eating meat. You know, I'm not going to deny that. Even when it comes to the blue zone studies, it says 90 to 95% of those individuals that lived up to over their hundreds incorporated meat in their diet, but 90 and 95% of it is plant-based. You know what I'm saying? So majority of the diet is plant-based with small meat consumption. So if you're going to incorporate meat, make sure you're eating enough plant-based foods to balance that out, and also making sure that you're getting enough vitamins and minerals so you're actually healthy. Okay. And I know some vegans don't like it when I talk like that, but it's the truth, you know, and you can't deny it. Now, let's see. And that's it. You know, that's like an example. I just want to show you like how I eat. And if you, and I guess I could show you one more thing too, when it comes down to that. And that's really the amounts. Okay. So if we're looking at here, when you're eating plant-based foods, you have to eat a lot to get the vitamins and minerals. So as you saw, it was hypernourished, but it wasn't just a little bit of garlic or a little bit of bell peppers. It's like 1 cup of mushrooms, 100 grams of bell peppers, 1 cup of onions. Okay. We got 10 grams of nutritional yeast. That's where I'm getting like my B12, my B vitamins from. 8 garlic cloves. All right. 8, not just 1, 8. All right. This is how you're going to get a lot of the benefits. And see, even when you're eating a lot of foods, look at the calorie intake. Like for a whole cup of mushrooms, it's only 15 calories. Right. 100 grams of bell peppers is only 31. A whole cup of onions chopped is about 64 calories. And so this is good to know this, because if you're trying to lose body fat and you want to be in a deficit, this is why I always recommend eat more plants, right? Because the plants, you can eat more of this while keeping the calories low and being able to get a lot of nutrients as well, and fiber. All right. And the fiber is what's going to help you stay satiated in a caloric deficit. So this is why you want to focus on these type of foods. And when I make my tofu scramble, I use a lot of these foods, and people they look at the calories like, wait a sec, you got me eating like, for example, like 1,500 calories. That's impossible. I'm going to shiver away. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going to shiver away. You're going to burn a lot of body fat extremely fast, because first, your metabolism is nowhere near 2,000 calories. All right. So you're not going to be able to burn 2,000 calories. Your metabolism is slow and it's shit. And this is why we have to put you at 1,500 calories, because your metabolism is so slow. And then what we're going to do is give you a lot of food that's low in calories and more nutrient dense, as you can see. And this is going to, and high in fiber, which is going to help you stay more satiated in the diet. And when people actually follow the directions, they actually get the results and they feel energized and they feel full. Some people even complain that it's a lot of food, right? People who don't follow the directions are the ones that's always complaining because they'll have maybe one or two of these items in here and then they're still eating the same shit like shrimp, donuts, bread, crackers, chips, popcorn, pizza. And I'm like, I never said to eat any of these things, and none of those things were in your meal plan. All these plant-based foods and healthy foods was in your meal plan to help you stay more satiated in a deficit. I'm never going to plan and create a plan for you to fail, because my job is to make sure you succeed and do it right. Okay. So if we go down to spinach, about 81 grams. If you know what 81 grams is, that's pretty much a giant bowl of spinach, because you have to understand a leaf weighs almost nothing. So imagine a leaf weighing 81 grams. You need to have a lot of leaves in there, right? And then the proteins, I don't really, like one cup and a half, like I really don't focus too much on this. This is about where it says Wildwood, that's about 225 grams, because it's about 2.5 servings. So it says 91, but that's per serving. But if you times it by 2.5, I believe it's like somewhere around 220, actually about 227 grams of tofu, which is about half a block. If we're looking at the California blend, there's about 3 to 3.5 cups of organic vegetables. So this is a lot. This is like a big plate of broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, all blended together, and a 1.5 cup of cauliflower rice. So I'm not so focused on the protein, because obviously that's going to help you get the protein. Even if you compare it to meat, like meat is just it's isolated, it's condensed, so you get a lot of protein out of it without like a lot of volume, which is fine. But if you're trying to lose body fat and be in the deficit and get like that ripped six pack, you want to incorporate these type of foods and eat more of this. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, plant-based, pescatarian, keto, whatever. You want to incorporate foods that's going to help you stay in a deficit more effectively. Okay. And when you do that, you're going to get great results. Hopefully all of this is making some sense. Okay. Let's go back to some questions. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and eat my last dinner of the meal of the day. And that's it. Okay. So let's go ahead and answer some questions. All right, says Glitchy Chicken says, my friends were saying like bodybuilders can't build muscle as a vegan. Yeah. I mean, the same thing what I said in the beginning, like it's the food. Like protein is protein. It doesn't matter. It's not about if someone's vegan or not. Like this kind of mindset usually stems from just not knowing, and usually people who say you can't build muscle as a vegan or that you can't be a bodybuilder, they're not even a bodybuilder eating meat. So why would you even listen to them? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. I would say, like, first of all, I will only listen to a bodybuilder. And then second, just Google it. Like Google vegan bodybuilders and you'll see a good handful. It's not a lot, you know what I mean? But you'll find a good handful of people whose bodybuilders are vegan, and not just bodybuilders, but high performance athletes as well. A lot of high performance athletes. There's a good handful of them as well. It's not a lot, but there's a good handful. Kevin Crush says, having a blast on the program. Hey, I'm glad that you are. Breakthrough says plant-based stacking. Cool. Who really expects someone to work for free? You'd be surprised, man. It's like you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. They think, I don't know. I think because Instagram's free, so they think like some people think that like I would be considered as a creator, right? So some people think that because I'm online I'm putting out all this information, I'm pumping out a bunch of content, they think Instagram pays us directly and we're getting paid all this money from Instagram, and then also maybe some brand sponsorships. We're just living off of just purely off of that because we're posting. And that's not really the case for a lot of people. I have brand deals. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I mean, I have brand deals. Like this is one of them right here, Clean Machine. That's why I have a whole stack. That's a brand deal, but this isn't enough to pay a lot of my bills. It's just a few $100s. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars to for my film team, for my coaches, for the web designer, for my mortgage, like for insurance, it's not enough to pay for all of that. That's what people don't understand. Even like with social media, like Instagram, they don't pay anything. It's like they pay you by view. And even when you're getting paid by view, I'm telling you, that average is usually around $50 to $200 a month. Again, this is nothing. It's pocket change. I mean, it's better than nothing. I'm grateful. I'm not complaining about it, but it's not enough to pay for other people that's on my staff, on my team. What really pays is the business, the online fitness business, the clients, which I appreciate them trusting me so I can work with them and help them get results, just like any other business, what I'm saying? So it's just it's like you're happy with your customers who pay you and trust you for the services that you provide. You know what I mean? But you'd be surprised. It's just some people, like, they see things online or they see one person who maybe famous on YouTube and they're getting paid like hundreds and thousands, and they expect if that person's getting paid 100,000, I guess someone with 50,000 followers might be getting paid maybe a fraction of that. I'll be happy with that. They're probably getting paid 10K. And it's like, it's not the reality. It's not the reality here. Let's see. See. Val says, what if you're gaining weight with carbs and sugar? Shouldn't I be losing weight being vegan? If you're gaining weight, okay. So if you're gaining weight with carbs and sugar, shouldn't I be losing weight being vegan? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. The only thing I can tell you this, Val, is this. If you're not in caloric deficit, you're not losing body fat. So I don't know. I don't know what the carbon sugar have to do with anything, to be honest with you. But it doesn't matter with the carbs or sugar. Like the ratio of how you're getting your foods in, like protein, carbs, and fats, that determines on each individual. So when it comes to like a high protein diet, that's going to be someone who's more focused on building muscle, especially if they're losing body fat. So my golden ratio for body fat, for most people that comes into my program, is going to be 35% protein, 25% carbs, 40% fat. Now, that's just for losing body fat. But once they start getting healthier, then that starts to change. We start lowering the fat a little bit, start upping the carbohydrates and lowering the protein, and that so they can get more calories in. So it's not something that's permanent, but once they get healthy, then we start changing it. So when it comes down to, if you're gaining weight with carbs and sugar, should I be losing weight being I don't understand that. If you're trying to build muscle, you have to, or trying to gain weight, healthy weight, which most people are trying to build muscle, they have to be in a slight caloric surplus. If they're trying to lose body fat, they need to be in a calorie deficit. That's much as the question is kind of a little confusing, just saying, let's see. Let's see what else we got. All right. And that's pretty much it. Just everyone else is saying hi and saying love. So Naya, thank you for that. Yeah, go ahead, do it, man. Plant planet power. All right, cool. All right, cool. So with that said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Let me just check on Instagram real quick. Instagram family, see if there's anyone else here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, all right, you guys. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Hopefully, this live was very helpful, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.